In a quiet, sun-drenched village, nestled between rolling green hills, lived a young woman named Clara. At 20, she possessed a gentle spirit, with eyes the color of the summer sky and hair like spun gold. Her family, though lacking in wealth, was rich in happiness and love, sharing a small, cozy cottage that felt like home. Clara found her escape in the pages of borrowed books, dreaming of a life filled with the adventures she read about. One bright morning at the village market, her world changed. She met Daniel, a young man with a kind smile and warm, dark eyes that seemed to hold a gentle strength. He was tall and carried himself with a quiet confidence that was uncommon. Daniel's family was the wealthiest in the region, owners of vast lands and a grand estate that stood on the highest hill. An unlikely friendship blossomed between them. They spent hours talking, sharing laughter, and walking through fields of wildflowers and along the babbling river. Daniel spoke of his ambitions to build something of his own, while Clara shared her heartfelt hopes for a simple, meaningful life. A deep connection grew between them, woven from shared dreams and mutual respect. One afternoon, as the sun cast a golden glow over the valley, Daniel turned to Clara and confessed, "I'm in love with you, Clara. Will you marry me?" Joy bloomed in Clara's heart. "Yes, Daniel," she whispered, "I love you too." In that perfect moment, they embraced, their future feeling as bright and limitless as the sky above. However, a storm was gathering on the horizon. Daniel's parents strongly disapproved of the match. They saw Clara not as the kind soul their son loved, but as a poor girl from a family with no social standing. "A marriage is a merger, Daniel, not a fairy tale," his mother stated coldly. His father added, "Her family brings nothing of value. You must marry someone from our circle." Daniel was devastated. He argued passionately, "I love Clara for who she is. Her kindness and character are worth more than any fortune." But his pleas fell on deaf ears. They gave him an ultimatum. If he married Clara, he would be cut off from the family and his inheritance. Clara learned of their opposition, and a deep sadness settled over her. She loved Daniel with all her heart, but she couldn't bear the thought of being the cause of a rift between him and his family. With a heavy heart, she told him, "Perhaps it's best we don't marry. I don't want to make your life a struggle." "No, Clara," Daniel insisted, his voice filled with pain. "We'll find a way. I will never stop loving you." Days turned into weeks, but his parents' stance remained unchanged. Clara's family, though they adored Daniel, worried for their daughter's happiness. "We just want you to be happy, my dear," her mother said softly, "but perhaps this path is too difficult." After many tearful nights, Clara knew what she had to do. "Daniel," she said, her voice trembling, "I love you too much to see you lose your family because of me. Your parents will never accept our love. We have to let this go." Heartbroken, Daniel looked at her, understanding the sacrifice she was making. "I can't imagine a life without you, but I understand," he said. "I will always love you." They held each other one last time, a silent promise passing between them. Their love was strong, but the world had placed an impossible obstacle in their path. They decided to remain friends, but it was a painful consolation for two hearts that belonged together. Years passed. Clara remained in the village, becoming a pillar of her community. She poured her energy into helping her family and neighbors, her innate kindness touching everyone she met. Daniel, too, moved forward, managing his family's business with fairness and integrity, though his thoughts often drifted back to Clara. One day, Clara's father fell gravely ill. She cared for him tirelessly, his days filled with worry and his nights with prayer. When Daniel heard the news, he came to her without hesitation. "Clara, I was so sorry to hear about your father. How can I help?" he asked, his presence a sudden comfort. Touched by his immediate support, she replied, "Thank you, Daniel. Just having you here means so much." He brought medicine from the city and ensured her family had everything they needed. As her father slowly recovered, Clara's gratitude deepened. "You have such a big heart, Daniel. Thank you for everything." He smiled softly. "I will always be here for you, Clara." They began spending more time together, rediscovering the easy rhythm of their friendship. The love they shared was still there, a quiet, steady flame. Soon after, Daniel was required to move to the city for a major business expansion. "I have to be away for a while," he told her, "but I'll write to you." "I'll miss you, Daniel. Take care of yourself," she said, her heart aching at the thought of another separation. From the bustling city, Daniel wrote long letters, describing his new life, the challenges he faced, and the things he was learning. Clara wrote back, sharing news from the quiet village. Through their words, they kept their connection alive. Daniel worked relentlessly, building a successful career on his own merit. He saved his money, driven by a singular goal: to build a future where he was no longer dependent on his parents' approval. One day, with his heart pounding, he returned to the village. He went straight to Clara's cottage. When she opened the door, her eyes widened in surprise. "Daniel, you're back." "Yes," he smiled. "I missed you." They talked for hours, catching up on all the time that had passed. Finally, Daniel took her hands in his. "Clara, I never stopped loving you. I've built a life for myself now, a life for us. I don't need my parents' blessing anymore. Only yours." Tears of joy welled in Clara's eyes. She had seen his determination and knew his love was true. "Oh, Daniel, I'm so proud of you. I've always loved you." They decided to finally be together, ready to face any challenge side by side. They were married in a simple, beautiful ceremony, surrounded by their closest friends and Clara's joyful family. Daniel's parents did not attend, but their absence couldn't cast a shadow on the couple's happiness. Clara and Daniel moved to the city and began their new life. It wasn't always easy, but their shared love was a powerful force that saw them through every difficulty. They worked hard, supported each other's dreams, and built a life founded on respect and kindness. Years later, as they grew old together, they looked back on their journey with pride. They had children and raised them with the same values of love and perseverance that had defined their own story. They knew that true love wasn't about avoiding obstacles, but about facing them together. Their love story was a quiet testament to the idea that some things are worth waiting for, and that the most valuable life is the one you build with the person you love.